MySQL dump, fatal error and defaults handling. Yeah. Can you do a MySQL dump in can we do it in the Ward's test? Right. All right, so where would anybody look to find the information about the theme? Folks know to look here, I suppose, right? Oh, you guys are both muted. Okay.
So what is it about the theme? Are we gonna track the theme? Is that the idea?
We are tracking the theme, but people didn't know this, and so I'm trying to figure out where to document it so that people will know this.
Well,
Valentine asks what repo is the theme, and the only place it was documented was in issue 792, which is there's no way to follow your nose.
Jimmy, you mute if you're talking.
actually, I wasn't muted. I don't know.
Well, you were when he was speaking. It's just that the lag is about 20 seconds.
Yeah. True, I was muted before.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put a note about the theme there. What version have I got checked out here?
So, what is it? We have a separate repo, or?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pain because in more recent work I reorganized the directory and rewrote the README. So if any changes I make are going to be a pain to merge later. Okay, I'm going to skip the documentation for now. Let's see. The first place I looked for it was here, though. So I'll at least put it there. Oh, let's see.
You're on master, not prod, right?
The website is, yeah.
So, if we just do a checkout in the theme directory, we should be okay. I'm not sure.
That's my working hypothesis, yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
I'm just going to look at what's there. It was this e-grappler thing, I guess, right? So this is where you're working, Jim, this e-grappler directory? That's where it has to go. You can check it out somewhere else and move it there or whatever if you like.
I'm not, or okay. Okay, when I change directory into there and I do a git status, it tells me I'm on master branch, which is different from where I was above, which was.
Yeah, these are totally different checked out directories and totally different everything.
Right. And I say git pull and it says no remote repository specified.
Right.
So it doesn't know where its home is or its.
Right.
So
I wonder if I push this from my home directory or something. No. I think I pushed it from here.
But I can.
You can add a remote. Should be able to.
Right. And
To be like this, I don't know if you want me to do it.
yeah, remote add DCKC.
Well, whatever you origin, whatever you can. This is pickles, whatever.
Okay. So I'm wondering if working on different accounts here is going to have an effect, but
Quite likely.
I think it would be better to do it as our chain.
Oh, right. All right.
I have trouble. I don't know how to find that repository on GitHub. Jeez.
Here, this one.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I just have to. I think I've gotten. I found it, and I just know how to navigate GitHub, and I don't.
Right. It wasn't easy to find earlier, but I mean, if I give you the URL, I would think you can find it. It's also here and whatever else.
Yeah, my problem was I just didn't click on repositories.
Oh, right. Okay.
Very basic.
I have no idea.
Are you going to show a password again or something?
I don't think so. But just to be safe, I'm going to put this off screen. All right. Okay. Down here now.
I'll restart Nginx.
You can if you like, but PHP code doesn't need to be, doesn't zero
I don't know why, but it does.
No, you can see the changes already here, Jim.
Oh. Huh.
PHP code has zero cache. You know, there's nothing in memory. Shared nothing. That's what they call it.
I guess it was browser caching or something. I don't know why we were not seeing changes without.
No, I just did a pull.
Yeah. But every time, I thought somehow Nginx was caching or something. I guess I wasn't thinking.
Well, the database password was cached in the Python code.
Yeah. PHP does have a cache, but you're not using it.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay. Now the database backup problem. We should be able to, yeah, that one we can reproduce here. What? Oh. Hmm.
Our chain has to do.
I guess they don't know its password, so never mind. Permission denied back. That's different. Well, is it reasonably obvious, or should I add some documentation about this?
Well, it should be documented. I don't know if David can take care of that or whatever.
Let's see to what extent it is documented.
I guess we should commit the.
There's some documentation. Right? That's how I tend to document things.
Uh-huh.
And this has to be writable by the web server.
Change on to www data.
And then maybe that'll work. Okay. Still getting, oh, it's, I wonder what user this runs as.
Aha.
Big hammer.
has to be invoked by www data, no?
Well, I'm not sure that's the user that runs this Python code.
Yeah. But how would it change? Oh, it's a different server. Duh.
Right.
Well, we can see who's running the process.
I guess this is the process here, huh? It runs as www data. That's interesting. Storage maker. Why is it doing that? Why does it think that storage doesn't exist? Perhaps I'll restart it. Okay, now we're into the production thing. Okay, so this is an error we're dealing with. Okay, so the problem is yeah, error found option without blah, blah, blah. Meaning these are options without group proceeding. So I was using, where's client? Oh, this isn't set up to do what I was using anyway. So you can give MySQL a config file in order to give it the password, and the section it's looking for is client, so this wasn't set up to do that anyway. But anyway, so if you give it a config file where there's stuff before the first section, then it just barfs. So so instead, how do I get the database password usually? Oh, now I remember. Right. So it goes into the config file and just looks for the database URL. And the database URL is here. And it uses Python conventions for interpolating the password from there.
So, so we just have to fix the password?
We have to communicate the password to MySQL dump. And when I looked into that, the reasonably secure way to do it was through a defaults file. So I was trying to reuse this configuration file as the defaults file, but I think the way to do it is to make a temporary file that has the password in it.
Okay, now I remember the issue. Crazy.
Let me just look at something over here. Okay, it only needs the password. Okay. What's it called?
Excuse me.
Oops. Mm-hmm. Oh, then we need temp file, I think. We're not using Python 3, are we? Again, I don't remember. Oops. Yes, we are. That's nice.
What exactly are you trying to do here?
I'm trying to communicate the password to MySQL dump through a temporary file.
So you're creating an INI file, or you're just going to?
Yeah.
You could always use an exec. said the config file to delete everything before the first bracket.
But then it won't work for the PHP code.
I'm saying create a second file.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Right. I was I was saying you could use the sed command to create it.
So which command? Oh, sed. Oh no, I've got a Python program here. I don't need to fork sed. Do string manipulation. This is what I want. Here. Come on. Okay, so and using object capability discipline, I only import stuff, powerful stuff here, and then I pass it around explicitly everywhere else. Okay, so now, but I'm too lazy to use that big long name here. So I guess I don't need to do any cleanup here. Oh, but I have to write something to it. Okay. If I close it, is it going to go away? I wonder if what I really want is a temporary directory.
Why not just a regular file?
Well, I have to write something to it and then close it. And if I close it, I wonder if it's going to go away. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Okay.
a temporary file, but a regular file is going to stay there.
I'm going to try this.
And I'm not sure why you need to close it. It's only a file descriptor.
Well, if I don't close it, then I can't be sure that the contents are having been written to disk. I can't be sure the other process can see it.
You have to even do a flush.
Okay, yeah, I guess I could try that.
Why is it you don't need the rest of the MySQL parameters?
I do. They're all here.
Oh,
I suppose I could write them to the file, but there's no security issue with passing the rest of them on the command line. I tried passing the password on the command line, and it was all kinds of. I ran into all kinds of trouble. It was barking at me about security, which was right, and anyway. Okay.
I'm a little confused. Where are you getting the password from?
That's a reasonable question. Hold on. Okay, where am I getting the password from? This IO object kind of collects a bunch of things. Might be a little bit of an empty pattern, but anyway. So it knows the config file path, and this is how you open the config file and read it. And so I'm opening the config file and reading it, and then getting the out of the underscore database section, I'm grabbing the password setting, right? So I'm grabbing the password out of the normal configuration file, the database configuration file.
Okay, so this doesn't have the problem that you were having with the stuff before the first section of the INI file?
Right. This is going to create a config file with a section called client and a setting called password in that section.
But it got that from the file that had stuff, the regular INI file that has stuff before the database.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, yeah, but right. So there's this headless config thing which I use to I read the configuration file that's goofy, then I add a section header on the front of it, and then I parse it.
Ah.
And that's all done inside of here. So this benefits from all that.
Oh my.
Um, are you in the, now the right way to do this is to make this unit testable, which would explain a lot of what I just explained. Let me go ahead and do that. So I'm separating the IO part from the sort of computation part so that I can test just the computation part.
What's the greater sign, then sign?
This is doc test. I mean, it's just a normal, it's simulating this, and then it becomes executable documentation. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. And you do Python -m doc test, and then your file. And you discover ahead of time that you've done it wrong. No module config parser. Oh, I'm using the wrong Python. No module named dockup. I'm still using the wrong Python. Wait. Where does this thing get dockupped? Oh boy, why can't I remember anything? Oops. That's not what I wanted, but whatever. It works there. Oh, because this is on my desktop. So I need, right. I need to activate that virtual environment for Emacs, and then if I do this, okay, right. Okay.
What did you just do?
Okay, well, I on my desktop have a virtual environment. Okay, so if I do Python 3 on a regular Ubuntu desktop, this is going to lose because there's docopt is a, you know, it's a thing from the Python cheese shop, you know, it's something you pip install. So, oops. I have earlier created a virtual environment. You're familiar with these? Called rdbr. Now it's set some environment variables to look for libraries in there. And so if I do Python import docopt, I'm going to win. So what I did over here was I told Emacs to go pay attention to that. PyVM activate. I have some Emacs thingy. So pyenv rdr. So now if I compile, when I say Python doc test social coding sync, it's going to use the right Python, and so it's going to be able to import docopt. But my unit test failed because I added an argument to main, and I did not add it in the test up here. And so my mock thingy needs name temporary file. And this thing is already, this mock.io thing is already kind of a file system object, and so I can create a new file just like that, I think. So let's see how far we get now. Whoa, did I just exit Emacs? Oh, that was very bad. I always have Emacs running. Usually I have something running so that it'll ask me if I really wanted to do that when I quit. RV, current working directory. Oh. This is why named arguments are the way to go. I wonder if I know how long it's been since I tested this stuff. Oh, and I don't have run either. I fixed this. Darn it. Okay. Fix this in another branch. all branches. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to want to cherry pick that one. So I will stash my changes. And cherry pick this one. So then okay. And then I will apply my changes again. Oh, we got a merge problem, not surprising. Right. All right, so now I got a typo. Do I? Oh, in my test here. Oh, no, that's not right. Yeah, it does. Never mind. Ah, it's hurting my brain. DB password config. Sure looks like it does. Oh, this is the real IO. Oh, boring. Oh. Okay. This is kind of a lot of. Now I've got two different uses of the word akka. Now, wait a minute. What's it called in Python 3? Great. Yeah, I'm definitely using, I got too many IOs here. Anyway, let's try this. Okay. So my example config file doesn't have password in it. Okay, so here I tried to set the password doodad, but I guess you have to create a section or something. This is the way the examples in the documentation work. Come on. Oh, let's see. Boring. Get value. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to move this to make it slightly more clear. Okay. Yeah, all this is to say, if you call this underscore db password config, you get a config parser, and then if you have the config parser, let's do this. Okay. Okay.
I'm supposed to join another meeting at 11 here.
Okay.
I was wondering if we can try the test now.
All right.
And it looks like it's good. We're getting the right logo now, and everything's, I don't know if it was all fixed before, but looks good now. Oh, and we try to sync.
Yeah, what you can't do is do a database dump.
Database dump is still broke. Okay.
So that's what I've been working on.
Yeah. I thought maybe it might work, even though the test wasn't working. But so I'm going to jump over to my other call.
Okay.
And I guess I have a call at 12. Also, looks like David's gone. I don't know if he's coming back. May have just been disconnected. But I maintained some Python programs a long time ago, but I definitely have to get back on the horse with Python, and I never used this test framework.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of conventions that I've decided for myself. A lot of them are community conventions, though. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So I can get back on this afternoon.
I've got a little bit of momentum here. I'll see if I can go get this working in staging at least.
All right. And so we'll talk to you later.
All right. Ciao.